Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. Happy 2023. Shout out to y'all if y'all are back to back off of my last live. Woo, your girl's been talking for an hour straight. Oh my gosh. My last live, we just talked about the Love and Marriage in Huntsville reunion part 1. If you hadn't had a chance, go ahead and check that out. But for right now, y'all, we're into Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh, I clicked the wrong picture. Real Housewives of Potomac. I hope y'all like the thumbnail though. Y'all know I didn't want to say I don't like to discuss people's looks on the internet. One thing I will people's character, but I don't really like discuss the way people look. But Deborah, let's be real. Let's be all the way fucking real. Let's be all the way real. The amount of audacity that it takes to say that this woman's husband was flirting with you, the amount of audacity is record breaking. I'm just like, that's why I love Candace. The way that she's handling this is funny as ever. Now, again, the episode really wasn't giving that much to me, but we're going to go through it. We're going to break it down. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So the episode starts out, and pretty much the whole theme of the episode is going to be Karen at this improv show. I feel like we're still pretty early in the season, but this has been a pretty disappointing season for me when it comes to Grand Dame. And I hate to say it. It's just been extremely disappointing for me. Number one, because I don't feel like Karen is using her level on the hierarchy for good. I don't think that she's combating the bullshit when it comes to the situation with Chris. And the reason why she's not combating it is obviously because Candace told her to go burn in the lowest pits of hell. Even when it came to Wendy and Mia, I don't think that Karen is doing enough for me. She's not doing enough for me. And then the fact that she keeps doing these underwhelming business ventures. I feel like Karen has only gotten it past for so long because she's funny, because she's classy based. But Karen she lightweight be lying. She likes to lie. She likes to bullshit. First it was the candle company when Wendy was working on the candle company that you claimed you had been working on already, which I didn't think was a big deal. Then it was your improv show versus the Reasonably Shady, aka the Green Eyed Bandits Incorporated podcast show versus your improv show, which is not really your improv show. It's just a show that you've been asked to host. Similarly to whenever you told everyone that you were coming out with a line of wigs, which was really an RPG show wig that your hairstylist collaborated with you on, and you were able to be the face. It's given very much Drop It with Drew. Drew is the face, but she ain't really dropping it. She's getting hysterectomies and mommy makeovers to drop the weight. Drew looks good now. I think she's been working on it now. But Karen is very much given, I don't know. It's not given. It's really not given. I'm not at all saying that Sharice with 2 R's and 2 S's is the Grand Dame of Potomac. She's the Grand Dame of Baltimore, as we've already established. But Karen is not doing it for me like she has in previous seasons. So we see Karen and Ray at the improv. Matt is producing the show again. Karen, I would love to know when you met Matt. Did you meet him when he was 16 years old and you were friends with his mom, and his mom said that he needed a job, so you turned him into your personal assistant before the show and you really didn't have that much going on? And now that you're on the show, Matt is just something about Matt be giving fraud. When we first met him, the man was dressed like a damn attorney. The man was dressed like a lawyer to be your assistant. Now this episode, we see him at the improv and Matt got his damn toes out on the job. He got them damn beach sandal shoes on with his shorts. Where did you find this man, Karen? I just want to know. Where did you find him? So next, y'all, we move on to Mia, Jacqueline, and G, and they're at Mia and G's house, and everybody's acting hella weird in this scene. Everybody's acting really weird. You know, they're trying to figure out how they want to sit next to each other. They're being very aware of what their perception is on camera. Jacqueline says that she doesn't play when it comes to G, and they start talking about how the women were questioning her at the podcast live show. They start talking about how people think that they're a throuple, and G starts laughing like, really, me? Us three? Really? And it all just felt so fake. Like everybody was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to film a scene. We're going to laugh about how ridiculous the rumors are, and we're going to act like it never happened. We're going to address the Porsche because Mia actually told us that she helped pay for the Porsche without telling us. She was like, you remember the episode before whenever Gia said, not Gia, Gia, whenever Giselle said to her, did you buy Jacqueline her Porsche? She said, yes, her Porsche is in her name. You bought it or you didn't buy it? Because Jacqueline says you didn't buy it. So are you telling us that you bought the Porsche, but you just put it in her name? Because that's what it sounds like happened. So they go into further explaining that because now it seems like they got their notes together. They cross notes, cross referencing. Now they know exactly what the hell they're going to say. And we find out that G helped Jacqueline with her down payment because Jacqueline had been saving her money to leave a toxic relationship. Let me tell y'all why this sounds stupid as fuck. Jacqueline, if you were leaving your money and saving for your your time to leave, if you were saving for your escape and doing Jennifer Lopez enough, why the fuck would you go get a Porsche? Why don't your ass go get a damn Honda Civic? I'm like, what? And shout out to Harold. Harold, we see each other. You be peeping everything. Production did zoom in on Jacqueline's hand on G's arm. It doesn't make sense to me for you to go get a Porsche that somebody has to help you with the down payment on. You should have just said he gave you the down payment. What is he helping you on the down payment for? If you're in a tight situation where you need to escape a man, I don't think I'm buying a Porsche. I don't think I'm buying a Porsche. There's other cars that you could have bought. You could have bought a damn Mercedes. You could have bought a Lexus. You could have bought an Audi. Like, come on. Middle class luxury. What are you talking about, girl? So I'm just like, okay. So we move on from that to we see Ashley and her friends who she's introducing on the show as the PYTs. I'm seeing a little bit of P, little bit of P, little bit of Y, a whole lot of things. They're all sitting together and we see Deborah. We see Deborah. That's all I'm going to say. And Deborah recounts the, I guess, conversation. I barely want to call it a conversation that she had with Chris. Giselle is there joining the PYTs. And y'all know Giselle messy ass is going to be there because she is living for this. So Deborah recounts the conversation and she says that she walks over. Chris leans like he's trying to be all suave. And he says to her, hi, nice to meet you. And she says, hi, I'm Deborah. What's your name? And he says, well, I'm Chris. She says, oh, my husband's name is Chris. And he says, well, a lot of us Chris's, we're alike. Shout out to editing. Editing replays the casual ass conversation. And you can see in the conversation, Deborah pursued Chris. Now, I don't know if Deborah was like literally trying to talk to him, but Deborah went over there to have a conversation with Chris. In the edited clip, Deborah ends up saying to Chris, "Oh, that's a nice suit. That's a nice pink." Deborah, you know why the hell you came on this show. You know why you came on this show. And I'm gonna get into it a little bit later. I think that Ashley said something that was extremely telling as to why Deborah is on this show and why she's doing this. So anyway, shout out to editing for showing that. Not only that, Deborah feels like that's not enough mess. So Deborah says Eddie came over, Mr. Smiley, friendly Eddie came over, and I wouldn't have known he was even married. I wouldn't even know. And they're like, okay, so what was Eddie doing? Oh, he was just smiling. So Ashley was like, well, damn, do you think that I need to say something to Wendy? Because Wendy should know. Ignorance is not bliss whenever it comes to your spouse. And I'm thinking, Ashley, where the fuck was this energy when your man was in hotel rooms with lions, tigers, and bears? Ashley, where was this energy when your husband was out in the streets? You defended him the entire time. And now that you're no longer defending him, you still have neither confirmed or denied what it was that Michael Darby was doing. But now you have made it your mission to, I guess, question every woman with a husband on the show. Ashley, I can't stand your ass. I really can't. Because it doesn't make sense until Ashley ended up saying, I think it's important for Candace to know what's going on because I think that every woman should be aware whenever you're trying to conceive. Let's get to it. Ashley says that she wants Candace to be aware of what her husband is potentially doing whenever you're trying to conceive. Let's scroll back, okay? Let's scroll back to about 2 seasons ago when the beef with Ashley and Candace first started. It started because Candace was getting into it with Ashley and said that you should not be drinking if you're trying to get pregnant. And she said that she did not believe that Ashley truly wanted a baby. So, because Candace fucked with you while you were trying to conceive, now you've made it your duty to try to fuck with Candace while she's trying to have a baby. And that's why you brought this funny looking ass girl on the show. Funny looking ass girl on the show to stir up some shit with Candace's husband. Lame. Real lame. When you and Candace met at the beginning of the season and she said that y'all could move on, she thought that y'all were going to move on. Like Ashley, you have your babies. You have your house now. Why do you have to circle back to something 2 seasons ago and try to return the favor? And Ashley also told on herself when they were at the winery, and she said to Candace, it don't feel good when it's on the other foot, right? It don't feel good when the tables turn. Oh. But the thing is this, Ashley, Candace didn't lie. Your husband cheated on you. Yes, with lions, tigers, and bears. Your husband was allegedly pursuing, and that's absolutely the wrong word to use, making people in production feel uncomfortable. Monique hid that for you, allegedly. So the fact that you are making this your mission to try to make Candace aware when there are things with your husband that you have not even addressed to us, girl, get the fuck out of here right now, please. Get out of here right now, Ashley, because I feel like before you start being the woman warrior and Captain Save-A-Ho, I need you to address to us what your husband did, exactly what he did. What did he do, and why exactly are you leaving? It's not the fact that you don't want to have threesomes anymore. Maybe you don't want to have threesomes anymore, but your husband cheated on you. So it's like, on the one hand, previous seasons, you were saying y'all had an agreement, so it wasn't really cheating. Now you're saying that because of what you went through, you want other people to know. So did he cheat or did he not cheat? Let's talk about you, Ashley. So next we move on to Eddie and Wendy. We find out that Ashley actually confronted Wendy. And when she confronted Wendy, she said, I think it's just something that you should be aware of. And Wendy's like, yeah, okay, like, what is it? And she was like, my friend Deborah said that Eddie was trying to flirt with her. And Wendy's like, what was he doing? She said, well, she said that he was smiling too much. Smiling too much. Smiling too much. And this, girl, get the fuck out of here. Me and my husband would have been kikiing the same way that Wendy and Eddie did. The same exact way. I think it's comical. So now we move on, y'all, from that scene to we see Mia, Giselle, and Robin. And of course, they have to sit down and carry back, they got to be the bone carriers. They got to tell Mia everything that Karen told them. They start talking about Mia and this flashlight inside Jacqueline's vajayjay, right? And Mia ends up saying, well, Jacqueline just asked me to see what was going on down there. Okay, I guess. And Giselle ends up asking her, why didn't you tell us about Peter's girlfriend? And Mia was like, well, that's because it didn't come up. But it did come up. And she's like, Peter came up, not his girlfriend. Peter's girlfriend and I actually slept together, and it was actually on our wedding night. It was at his bachelorette party. She was in the wedding. So she just, I can't. She just said, she admitted to the Green Eye Bandits that she did have sexual relations with Peter's girlfriend. It wasn't Peter. So what Wendy said was actually headed in the right direction. You try to act like she completely disrespected your marriage, and what she said was true. Girl, what? So now we finally get to this damn improv show, which I was thoroughly disappointed in. I wish that Karen would have expressed to the women that it was just simply something that she was hosting. But again, this is what I have to say. Like, Karen, I'm going to need you to do a little bit more. Karen, I'm going to need you to do a little bit more. Yeah, the improv was not given at all. So next, y'all, Deborah ends up showing up to the improv. Struggle ends up showing to the improv. And, Mia ends up expressing to everyone that she doesn't like that Karen told them about what she told Karen, which was the fact that they slept with Peter's girlfriend. She was like, she doesn't want me to to tell y'all the real reason why she's mad at Charisse. And I'm like, we know Mia is a bold-faced, big-footed liar. So whatever she's gonna say just don't even sound right. I don't even know why Karen would tell Mia the real reason why she's mad at Charisse. I think that Mia is just trying to blow smoke. So Robin ends up showing up late like she always do, and she walks up to Candace and she says, Candace, that's Ashley's friend, right? That's Ashley's friend who says that Chris was flirting with her. And Candace immediately is on the defense. So I'm glad that Robin actually told her, because it kind of shows to me that maybe Robin does have a friendship with Candace. Maybe they respect each other on some level outside of her relationship with Giselle. So I guess she respected her enough to tell her, like, hey, they gonna try to blindside you. Be ready. Stay on ready. And Candace did just that. So Candace was like, I do not acknowledge Sesame Street characters. Go count some numbers. Go read a book. Go find a kid to read to. Sing your ABCs. And I busted out laughing because she definitely is giving this Sesame Street character, I can't remember the one's name. The one with the, people say that he had a brother on the show, but it might have been his boyfriend. The one that's on Candace's shoulder. That's who Deborah is giving to me. Cece says Robin is a part of the plan. She probably is. But I think that she wanted her, well, it's no probably. We know Robin is a part of the plan. But I think that Robin still wanted her to be on ready. Yes, J-Dub. Ashley tried extremely hard to introduce her friend whenever the show ended. So Karen is just hosting as we thought. While Bert, thank y'all. She looked like Bert. She looked like Bert. So while Karen is hosting the show, Mia ends up standing up. Oh, high key, Harold. I couldn't figure out the name of which one she looked like. She literally looks like Oscar. She looks like Oscar. I hate it for her. So while Karen is hosting the show, Mia stands up. I don't remember if y'all saw this clip go viral whenever it first happened. I remember it being posted on Jasmine Brand in the Shade Room. Mia stands up. She takes the microphone in the middle of the show and she says, I have a question. What do you do when your friend has a secret and, she goes and she runs her mouth and she tells your other friend what the secret was? Karen, again, this response to me was not giving grand dame. I don't know why I just feel so disappointed in Karen. Karen's response was, "Ooh, she's trying to put me in the hot seat. What I said was true. It's okay. I'm working on myself. I apologize. I'm working on myself." Karen, what you said in the confessional is what you should have said in person. You should have kept that same energy on the show, but it seemed like she threw you off your game and it wasn't giving grand dame, especially when you're dealing with somebody like Mia. I don't know her. I wish that you would have gave a little bit more. So finally, at the end of the show, they end up talking. Everyone's trying to leave, and somebody again is like, "Oh, you're the one." Candace ends up saying to Deborah, "Oh, you're the one." And Deborah says, "I might be the one, but not the only one." And Ashley says, "It was all of my friends he was flirting with." I really wish I had a picture of them damn friends. While Ashley's friends were not ugly, they definitely, no, I don't believe it. And that's all I'll say. I don't believe it, and that's all I say. Mia says, she's like, Candace and Wendy, they're like 8 pluses. Deborah, she's maybe a 4.5. Yeah, Deborah's low on the totem pole. Deborah's about a 4. I don't want to, not even, to be real. I don't even want to say 4. If we being for real, we can give her a 3. So it's the audacity for me. So Ashley continues begging and calling for Candace. I want you to meet my friend. I want you to meet my friend. And Candace is like, no, ma'am, there's nothing we need to talk about. Well, I don't like that you're dismissing my friend. I think that we should talk. And Candace is like, girl, get the F out of here. The IGN filter standards, they said these ain't Ashley real friends. I don't care. They are. I think they are Ashley real friends. They are. But yeah, y'all, the episode ends there. They didn't have a budget to play any of the music of the person. They didn't have a budget. We know they had a budget. It was a joke. It was a joke, a running joke that they didn't have the budget to play the songs that the drag queen was singing. This episode was dry. It's like, if you're gonna come back at the top of the year, come back with some shit. Like, y'all didn't even get into Candace and Deborah talking. Like, nothing happened this episode. So Real Housewives of Potomac, I don't know if the rest of the season is just going to be slow. Ashley is working real hard to force these storylines. I do think that Karen is slowly falling off if she don't do something to keep up on her job. Which I think she will. I think she will, because next week they're going to be in Mexico. And that's when she's going to have to face Charisse again, who did not come to the improv show. So shit is going to turn up then. I also think that that's the clip where we see her talking to Ashley, and she said that Robin's roommate, Juan, was allegedly cheating on her with somebody who looked like Karen. So yeah, the trip is going to be fun. I really don't have much with the episode. I think that was it. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. If y'all haven't had a chance to check out my other review on Love and Marriage Huntsville, please do so, y'all. And with that being said, I think Married at First Sight is coming back this week. I think the episodes are an hour and a half at this point. I have to see if I'm actually dedicated to watching that show and giving them so much of my time, if it's going to be nothing. I will definitely watch. That's coming back on the 4th. And then we have Ready to Love, another season in Miami that actually looks like it's going to be pretty good. That's coming out Friday on 1/6. So we might just start doing brunch again, because we got Ready to Love, then we got Love Marriage Huntsville. Ain't no telling, y'all. For those of y'all who watched Ooh Ladies first panel, we will be back on the 12th. So January the 12th, y'all can come meet me over here on my channel to talk to me, Bondi, Jamie, and we're gonna have fun, okay? I really hope y'all enjoyed this review. Have a chance to check out my other ones. I also did a Get Ready With Me recap where we talk about everything at the end of the year. So check that out, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.